Calling in the line, it's your boy Crypto Blood and 10 Pound tonight. Who's
Oh,
calling in?
the trader from Philly.
Oh man.
Let's see. How
Here
are
we
you?
go, trader. What I
up?
call what I call her 10 Pound?
Yo, Jane Bond.
Jane Bond.
Always coming correct. Yo, it is what it is.
Yo, like what is going? Like you called it. You called it. Did we jump from stage 3 to 5?
We're not in 5 yet.
Okay. So what intel can you give us tonight since this week of trading? What are you seeing?
Well, for me personally, I was just trading in and out of TLT. Nailed that trade. I'm looking at taking a long position in gold and silver right now.
Smart girl.
I don't have cell phone reception. I dipped out of Philly last week, so I'm out like in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, so you think this is about to go down then, huh? You're not going back to the trading floor Monday, huh?
No, yeah, I haven't been at work the past week. Some of the brokers are asking me like, can you work from home? And it's like, you guys, it's a little bit too late for that. I warned you all like a month ago.
Wow.
So,
it's hard to work from home with when you're trading the latency, right?
Well, I would have to have like a company laptop already set up, and I would have to have like a company printer, and I would have to have like all the staples, like paperwork with the letterheads. But they didn't prepare and hook us up with any of that. And then there was a confirmed corona case in my neighborhood. So I told them, listen, I walk around like and frequent around all these places as the same person that's been confirmed. Like, I really don't want to get this. I'm going out to the sticks, like three states over.
The thing is, unfortunately, all of us are most of us will probably get it. Just hopefully the strain ain't like Italy, because that scares me. If that's a different strain that's in Italy, man, we're doomed. You know.
Well, it appears that there's like 2-3 strains of it now. There's this guy named Dr. Paul Cottrell.
Yeah. He's from here. He's from Michigan. Yeah. He's from here.
He's like doing pre-med or med at Harvard. Yep. But he has other degrees. Like, he has like 4 degrees under his belt.
I know.
One of his dissertations was in the liquidation and chaos issues surrounding Lehman. Like, there's only a handful of people in this world that really understand that. Like, he was putting the price target, let's say, like 6 weeks ago. He was saying VIX is going to hit 80 plus in a couple months.
It already happened.
He was putting SPX at like 1,800.
Yeah,
so we're getting close to that.
Yeah, so Dr. Collier, or whatever his name is, he was actually on Stefan Molyneux's show. He was on Stefan Molyneux's show earlier this week, I think.
Yeah, I caught that one, podcast. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So what's your take now? Like, where do you think we are with things? I mean, the Feds did some unprecedented things this Friday, all week really, but Friday they just went balls to the wall. I mean, three different interventions,
and then the markets just keep going down. It's just a consistent no confidence vote on what they're doing. And then did you see how they're going to be minting platinum coins?
No, I didn't hear about that one.
Google that real quick. They're
10 Pound. Did you hear about that?
Nope, but I'm not surprised actually.
Congress recently passed something where they're going to be minting 1 trillion platinum coins, and then I think they're going to be using that as collateral for the Federal Reserve and the Treasury to do bailouts together.
Wow.
So I thought that
but what's that mint grade going to be for those coins? That's what it comes down to. Is it going to be the base platinum?
Even these people still view these metals as monetary, like coinage. I think that's the important giveaway there, because you know a lot of people on like CNBC or Bloomberg are just tracking all over the metals year after year, saying, oh, it's an old relic. They're tied to the industrial sector now. So then it's just interesting how Congress passes that to mint 1 trillion platinum coins that use as collateral do these mass.
What about the firm that went down this Friday morning, Ronin?
I have not heard of that. I'm a little bit behind on some of the news just because of packing up and fleeing.
I hear you.
Smart. She's so smart. Like, really.
Yeah. I mean, I feel I got a headache right now, man. Like,
videos are already surfacing through like Twitter and YouTube of like looting that's already started.
Where, in Philly?
Like San Francisco, and then
yeah.
I haven't looked at it specifically in Philly, but I'm sure it's there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna go down. It's gonna get crazy. This $1,000, it's not gonna happen right now, like to the fullest. But once people get adjusted to saying, oh, I don't have a job and all I'm gonna get is $1,000 a month, they're gonna panic, unless the Fed and Washington increases that amount. But then at what point does it stop? It's like we're backed into a corner.
Yep.
It's now we're doing QE for the citizens. We can't.
You know what I'm hearing in the background right now? I'm hearing the Soviet Union anthem playing. Like this isn't gonna stop. Like they just opened the floodgates to all these handouts. Like this is, I don't know, we're rapidly like moving through socialism. I mean, America was kind of already in a form of socialism.
Absolutely.
Because we had a lot of, like subsidized for many years. But this is like putting, I don't know, it's just throwing devalued currency into everyone's hands. Like, I don't see how that's going to stop.
But here's the thing, it's not even in their hands, really. It's just on a digital screen. It's literally being typed into a computer. It's literally just monetary inflation through the form of computers, just digits. It's literally just a worthless cryptocurrency, pretty much. It's a shitcoin. I mean,
and that money, it's not really going to promote stimulus because people aren't going to use that to pay their rent. I mean, the average rent in America now is like, depending on where you live, between $600 to $4,000, depending if you're in a city or out in the countryside. And what people are going to do with that is they're going to be hoarding it, just buying basic goods and services to get by.
That's what I said.
It's not like they're going to be out buying a boat to put down and make a boat.
So let me bring you up to speed on what happened Friday morning. Ronin Capital, which is I think a prime broker, went under. I think it was a CME or one. Anyway, it was like almost like a Night Capital. Remember Night Capital went under in maybe 2012, 13, something like that. They had some trades blow up.
What were they over leveraged in?
They were over leveraged on the VIX. They had some crazy VIX. They had some VIX move position that just blew up on them. So they had to bail them out. They did that Friday morning. It's just crazy. Like, I think you're going to start to see more and more of that. Like, how much money is enough? It's not enough. I don't know, man. It's just.
Well, that
we better get a vaccine quick. That's all I got to say.
They have this program at my firm where you have like $2 or $3 million. You can go into this consistent shorting the VIX by standard deviation, and I'm concerned that like that department probably blew up in this. Oh man.
I mean, do you think they ever imagined VIX hitting 80?
No way. No. Not in hell, bro.
This is crazy.
No chance in hell, my dude.
All businesses are going down. They are. This hit kind of my personal life. Like, my mom owns a business in the medical industry. They're specializing in a sector of it, and she just this past week had to like lay off all her employees and tell them go on unemployment, try to collect that 1,000, 2,000 thing a month, and for a few of the high performing ones, I'll just put you on standby. So my mom just like had to lay off like 20 something employees, and this isn't in a city. This is like in rural America.
Yeah, so and that's what we're hearing all around the country, man. And
This is not going to end well.
What really, I didn't even think about this until I saw them on CNBC all week. The restaurateurs, that's a big industry, and I didn't really think about that, but they've laid off so many people, and those are independent contractors. And how are they gonna get through this? So it's just so many knock-on effects that they better get a vaccine quick. That's all I gotta say.
Bro, no, man, that's wishful thinking. It's not gonna work like that. It really won't work like that. Crypto blood. When it comes down to it, we're gonna see a breakdown of the global economy. Businesses closed for a while.
So
I think the logistics of a vaccine is probably going to come late Q3, maybe Q4 if we're lucky. But remember,
how long do you think how long do you think these lockdowns are going to be around?
I'm not entirely sure. I can't estimate.
At least a month.
But a month is not going to do anything. It's literally it has to be like 2-3 months.
I agree. I'm with you. I agree on that. Just so far, a lot of businesses and whatnot, they're planning for at least a month. Some schools are saying don't even come back until fall semester.
Some schools
are like all summer.
Some schools are actually giving kids laptops and doing internet classes, which I am all for personally.
Yeah, my daughter, she's doing school from home. So we don't know when she's going back. They say April something, but I know that's going to get pushed out. Nothing's going to change. Actually, we're just now getting to the exponential growth part of this whole thing here in America. So it's just like I don't know, man. I was talking to you, 10 Pound, before we went live. Like, I know Trader Jane, you were talking about your mom affected by it. I mean, I had 2 deals that fell through this week. In the line of business I'm in, one of my businesses. So it's just like, they're not opening. I was going to be doing a website for a company that was opening some dispensaries, right? They're on hold. They're not doing anything.
Man, not the weed, not the cannabis, bro.
Yeah, it's affecting everyone, man.
That's terrible, bro. Like all the sectors are just on lockdown, it seems, bro, because of the lockdown.
So Trader Jane, have you talked to any of your colleagues over at the trading floor? What are they thinking? What's next? What are you hearing? Are you hearing anything new? I mean, we saw California locked down. New York is locking down tomorrow. What are you hearing?
The lockdowns are going to continue, and more states are going to be joining the quarantine party. As far as the market, people are just in damage control right now. And it seems like a lot of the retail traders are trying to pick a bottom already. So that's kind of telling that the bottom's not in.
Well, of course not.
And I don't price into the market. I don't think recession is priced into the market yet, because there's still this hopium being floated around. Oh, it's only going to be 1 or 2 quarters of really bad GDP. Yeah, we understand there's going to be mass layoffs, and they're just pricing that in, that it's just going to be a couple quarters and a few million people laid off. But I don't think that's the case. I think this is very damaging. I think we're going into a recession. I think this is bear market.
Jane,
I think this is Great Depression kind of crap.
I gotta ask Jane, do you think that a 10,000 Dow is possible?
I don't want to scare people, but
go ahead and scare us.
A 6,000 Dow looks very possible.
I believe so
without huge without huge intervention, if it works, the issue is there's still uncertainty. That markets don't like the uncertainty, and it kind of just seems like uncertainty is going to keep going all the way down to like 15,000 Dow. But I don't think they're realizing that this is this is a bear market. Like, this is recession. That's not priced in.
Playing a silly game. It's not going to happen. The rent to demand movement, the people I'm here to represent can't afford to pay.
And it is going to be priced in, then we're looking at 6,000, 10,000 in between there, Dow.
I completely agree.
You
It's
must
sadly,
waive the debt
but,
of the American
you know,
people. You
Retail investors kind of didn't do their due diligence. So, is it deserved? That's
So man, it's
hey.
it's so over levered that we're at the point where you can't plug it all, because now if we go to Dow 6,000, that means all of like any baby boomers, they're not going to be able to retire. They're not going to have anything to retire. Are we going to bail them out, give them a retirement plan? Like CalPERS, the pensions. What is like?
This is the worse than Bernie Madoff.
Oh yeah, this is definitely worse than Bernie Madoff, man. This is worse. So I'm hearing people talk about this. What is it called? Chloroquine or chloroquine or whatever. And I don't know if you guys know, and this is why we don't see this really being implemented in Italy right now, where it needs to be done. First, I think there's a shortage. So there's a huge shortage. The API, which is produced in India, that's a logistical nightmare. And from what I understand, this whole, I forgot what they call it, but Trump allowed for this drug to be used in a certain scenario. Well, that scenario, you have to, the doctor, it's like a protocol. Like, the insurance companies don't allow you just to use these drugs because they're corrupt. So you have to like go through all these steps from your doctor before he can even use that passionate care or whatever it's called. I forgot the name of it. You can't just use it right away. You have to go through all these red lines, red tape. You know how we are here in America. You got to go through these loops and hoops to get to that point to even try the drug. But even at that point, I'm showing you guys the side effects from this drug. This is not aspirin, people. Okay, I mean, the list is just, it goes on and on and on. Anxiety, attempts at killing oneself, back, leg, or stomach pains, black tarry stools, bleeding gums, blistering, peeling or loosening of the skin, blood in the urine, blurred or decreased vision, change in near and distant vision, chest discomfort or pain, chills, cold sweats, confusion, cough, dark urine, diarrhea, difficulty in focusing, and I mean, it just goes on and on. As you guys can see, there is a list of side effects.
Infomercial.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. This drug may cause you to kill yourself. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, so people who are saying this, I mean, look, I'm wishing for this to work. I am, but if it was that silver bullet, we would have seen this being implemented fully in Italy. I'm hearing people overdosing on this drug since Trump tweeted about it. So you got some people in Nigeria that overdose on it. You had a person, in China overdose on it. You got to know what you're doing here. It's a real drug. It's not aspirin. It's just not like, take this in a Z-Pack and you'll be good. I don't know, It's got
to be administered correctly.
It's got to be administered correctly.
Bro, I got to tell you about this one epic story, bro. So check it out. There's some doctors in Italy that were dealing with a patient that was in serious critical condition. And apparently they had a ventilator that had a broken piece on it somewhere. Like, I forgot the name of the piece, but apparently it was something really small, something minor that you could just 3D print, right? So they 3D printed it. And now the person that owns the patent to that schematic is suing them for copyright infringement. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Literally $11 grand just for 3D printing and saving somebody's life.
Wow. That's capitalism for you. I mean, it's again, you know, we're at the point where we have to put. I don't know, man. Like, there's no morality here in our country anymore. It's all about the bottom line, you know. And now we're at the point where all that stuff is being exposed.
Oh, but it's not just our country, bro. This is happening overseas, man. This is just exposing capitalism's, you know, true nature.
Dark sides.
Yeah, bro.
Dark side. Yeah, absolutely. So, Jane, Bond, I mean, you got anything else for us? That's crazy what's going on. I hope you stay safe out there in the woods.
Yeah, I went and got a shotgun.
Oh, what?
That's good. Let me take a shot for it. That's good.
I got a 12.
You know how to shoot a gun?
Yeah, I'm originally from out west. And
Okay.
But I had to train my boyfriend on it. He's never held a gun before.
Yeah.
So he's good.
Hey.
Come on, Doc. That's cool.
We're good
That's
now.
cool. I hope you guys stay safe out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my local gun shop, one of them at least, they won't let me buy ammo unless I buy a gun. That's how crazy it is here.
Oh, damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
When we went into the store, all the ARs were already sold out. They were pretty low on ammo.
Yeah.
Yo, people are really preparing for shit.
What do you see? So Dow 6,000, 6,600, somewhere around there. What then? Like, what is it over, or at that point, Dow 6,600, is that stage 5 or what? Level 5? What is it at that point?
Well, stage 5 was the solution of whatever comes next. And
okay.
Like, the whole economic system is going to have to be revamped after this. I mean, we're heading into like a currency crisis. I mean, we already were in one a few years ago when the war started, but I think it's heating up every day. Like, every day the USD goes up. That is screwing like free markets and our exports.
Yeah,
it's a huge problem. Like, the administration and the Fed together have actively been working to keep the U.S. dollar suppressed. And maybe if they do all this stimulus and the Treasury is going to issue out all these bonds, then yeah, they win. They'll devalue the currency. I mean, it will help out the emerging markets and our exports. But then that's kind of the death throes of the dollar. And then what comes next?
Did you hear about the swap lines we opened up with an additional 8 countries to try to?
Yeah.
They're trying to get that dollar down, aren't they? With that move.
Yeah, because there's I mean, I've been talking about it for years with my colleagues and people I trade with online, and there's been a global dollar shortage because a lot of debt that these emerging markets take out, they're denominated in U.S. dollars. So to pay off these debts, they got to raise dollars. So then it caused like a liquidity crunch. So them opening up the swap lines, that's alleviating that. Am I making sense?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well,
but I mean, if they the dollar would be higher right now. Way higher.
So what do you see the Dixie hitting? Like 120?
Yeah, easily.
Wow.
How long until the Federal Reserve starts buying stocks?
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that one.
Yeah, that's a good question or remark. Yeah, I see it coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
They have to. I mean,
are the people going to revolt though? Like, at what point? Because I'm starting to get pissed off, like, for real.
Yeah.
Like, at what point or is it that we've sedated the people, the masses, so much they have no clue of what's going on? They probably don't even know.
Yeah, the latter. You got to understand, we are in a very small bubble of people that talk about this. Majority of people don't even know what's going on. Like, we're watching financial suicide happen with our government, and at the same time they're going to take advantage of this situation, just like they did 9/11 with the Patriot Act.
Right.
So
Right.
Never let a good crisis go to waste.
Exactly.
Like, you know, the populace let that happen. There wasn't a revolt. What makes you think there's going to be a revolt this time? Because it's all going to be scapegoated on the coronavirus. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
So how can people get angry about it when they don't even know what's going on behind the scenes? Just in front of them is the coronavirus. It's like, oh yeah, I accept this. I'll bend over.
There you have it, people. Hope you guys enjoyed that piece of information from Jane Bond. We're gonna have her on again. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe though, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. I'm out of here. Holla!